Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar. We just wait a couple of minutes to let the people join and then we start. So let's wait a bit. Okay, people is joining. We just take a couple of minutes, 1 minute more, 2 minutes, and then we start our webinar. But today it's quite full of information. Okay. Okay, let's say that while the people is joining, we can start to say that today the webinar is dedicated to show what is new in the first semester on both our platform. So on PlatformX, so the server side customer data platform, concept management, and also on Adloop. So in our campaign analytics and multi-touch attribution platform. There will be two separate parts. With me there is Stela. Stela is one of our senior consultants working on the PlatformX. And we have also Audrey. Audrey is our product manager for the analytics products. So the best to present you the news for this part. Okay, good. I think I see many people joining. We can start. Stella will slide the presentation. So let's go. As I said, the presentation is divided into two parts. Let's start with the PlatformX, and we have a quite interesting agenda to show. So Stella, if you can slide on the second slide. Okay, so as you said, PlatformX Adloop, two different section of this presentation. Let's see what is the innovation for the first half. Okay, let's go. Let's start to see the list of the. Okay, perfect. So what we are talking about? So we are talking about first-party hosting. This is a topic quite hot and trendy in this part of the year. We are talking about productivity, so way to enhance the productivity on our platform. There is an interesting part related to consent, to mobile apps. That it's always interesting to see what's happening with mobile apps. There is a part dedicated to artificial intelligence, how we are going to use it, or we are already using it, and some miscellaneous with some other topic. So I let Stella start. And yes, let's see what's new on the platform. Please, Stella.
Sure. So, as Andrea already announced, we are starting with the first-party hosting, which was released. The first-party hosting is a way to host the internal JavaScript or files or some partner libraries as a first-party script. In this example, you see the script for Google Tag Manager, which can be hosted, as I said, as a first-party script. Why is this so important? Because you can, in this way, you can avoid ad blockers. We know that ad blockers work in several different ways, but mainly blocking the also the sources. So this will help you.
No, we have lost Stella. I think it's she's freezed. In the meantime, when she's coming back, you can see on the top right there is a number. If you have any question on a specific, let's say, topic on the number, you can just mention. There is, you can see on the bottom right, you can make a question, and there is a chat. You can use it to make a question, and after the presentation, we can answer to the questions. So please, let's keep it interactive. If you want to know something, no problem. Stella, you are back. Good.
I'm back. So I don't know when you catch it, but I will just repeat it. In the example, you see the library of the Google Tag Manager, which is hosted first party. Why is that so important? Because it helps avoid ad blockers. It improves the quality of the track data, and it still remains GDPR compliant. So this is the main takeaway. Of course, you need to set up in the platform also first-party hosting, and then you'll be available to also host first-party tech.
Yes, and of course, our consultant will be happy to assist you in this process when you want to make it. We have already done with several customers, and the results are quite interesting.
Here again, an explanation why is this so important. In the first use case, only the container is protected. You have your container, then you have the ad blockers around it. And if you switch to first-party hosting, then everything, the strategic libraries are also protected from the ad blockers. It's compatible with all TMS. It's applicable for client-side and server-side. And of course, the most useful applications of this are the CMP. It will increase the consent rate, of course, more reliable data collection, as I already said, since it's first-party hosting and it won't be blocked. Then with the advertising partners, it will increase the performance and the coverage of the advertising devices. And for A/B testing and personalization, it's also a very good option because it enables the better execution of the testing and the personalization. So you have a gain of between 20 and 30%.
Yes, so something very important to take in consideration in order to have a better tracking system, and that the improvement can cover several aspects.
We will move forward with a feature which you can only, you just need to enjoy. You don't have to do anything for it. So we have accelerated the loading speed of our platform interface. It's up to 10 times faster. Why we did it? Of course, in some situations, if you have multiple tags in one container, the tags were loaded very slowly. The display was very slow. This is now fixed, and you can just enjoy.
Excellent.
One of the probably also very most important features, although everyone are important, but especially if you work in teams, this is super important and super helpful, and this is the branch management. So what is this? With the branches, you can create like a separate working environment where you can edit your tags or specific tags or add new tags or test them without.
We are freeze again, Stella. Today is not a lucky day. Anyway, just to go a little bit on this topic, we have already used in some cooperation when, as you know, our tag manager is used by quite large companies, and with the teams of several people. So the branch allow to have same different teams working on the same containers, so to have the possibility to parallelize some job, and we have seen that was a very interesting improvement also. Yeah, Stella, you're back. So we don't hear you, Stella. You are in mute, Stella. Stella, you are in mute. Now, yes.
Okay, perfect. So it's probably a software problem, so we have to fix it afterwards. I'm sorry about that. So what Andrea said, it's correct. So you don't interfere with the work of your colleagues. You don't, you cannot break anything on the website until it's not merged or deployed. So this is a really nice feature where you can work together in a team.
Yeah.
How is this done? You just create a new branch according to your needs, and when you're ready, you can merge it. The important stuff with the merge is just you don't do a blind merging to the main branch, but you also will be able to see each and every change that you did and the comparison between the main branch, as you can see here on the left part, between the main branch and your branch. The changes will be listed, and you can also choose if you want to take over the changes, merge them, or you can also skip the changes if you don't feel ready or for some other reason. To the whys, I already said it, you can avoid compromising a production release, and you work in parallel with your colleagues.
Good.
So, another important feature that some longer customers probably missed for a long time. This is the launch of our tag assistant.
Today, Stella has a bad connection. So tag assistant, that's helping a lot during the operation of the tag. It's a extension, a Chrome extension, but also for Edge. It works also for Edge and give you the possibility to inspect and see what's happening and make tests and things like this. So that's another improvement. We always used to have old version of the extension, but now this is improved really a lot on the operativities. I don't know if Stella is back. Maybe, what do you think if we start with Adloop while Stella is recovering everything? So we go on the Adloop part, if you agree, Audrey. And
we can, yes.
Yeah, yes, and then we try to recover Stella on the with the connection.
Yes.
Okay.
Just give me a minute for
Yes, we share the presentation. Sorry for these problems, but sometimes happen, and we have to deal with them.
So.
Okay, good. So let's go on the agenda directly. Okay, perfect. Yes, perfect. Let's go on the agenda. So we'll check. There is very interesting news about Adloop because we have a very interesting new function. It's related to the post-impression, post-view attribution for conversion that Audrey will explain us. We have improved the setup. We are working with BigQuery as an attribution source and export destination as well. We work with the consent that is always requested for who is using the platform. We have some micro conversion in transaction report, and we will see with Audrey a little bit deeper. We worked on our source, so we improved some of our source, like the Google Display and Video 360. We focus on video source, and we will see the KPI, the metrics that we are going to use. And then that is always good to speed up the interface. It's always well accepted. Okay, so I let Audrey start this part.
Yes, I will go a bit in details about all of this new development. So to start with the post-view attribution for conversion, many of our clients invest heavily in channels like social, display, and video. However, our historic attribution model, which was based solely on post-click data, didn't always reflect the true impact of those investments. A common request that we had was for a more complete view to better drive our clients' campaign. So good news, now after several months of development, we are launching our new attribution model that include post view. But first, I wanted to give everyone a quick reminder of why post view attribution is essential today. So post-click attribution only tells a part of the story, as it completely ignores the impact of ad impression on conversion. But today, tracking impression at the user level in a deterministic way is no longer reliable due to the end of third-party cookies and to the walled garden platform like social media that don't share impression data. So as a result, social and display channels, despite major investment of our clients in them, are significantly undervalued when attribution is only based on clicks. So that's why we developed our own probabilistic algorithm to include the post-view effect in conversion attribution. So now we take into account the impression data from the media platform, as well as the engagement data, which aligns with Adloop's DNA and our attribution model, which is based also on engagement. And we also measure advertising intensity. So the goal of this algorithm is to reattribute conversion more accurately, shifting some of the credits previously given to channels like SEO, direct, or SEA brand towards those that actually influenced the user journey. This reattribution works on two levels. It works on the macro levels, on the channel level, but it works also on a more granular level, on the campaign, or the ad, and so on. Everything is calculated daily across the full conversion volume using this probabilistic model. It's possible to activate or deactivate the post view in the report by switching a button, and the data is changing instantly. It's important to note that the individual user journeys are not changed. These provide an adjusted, aggregated view of the post view effect.
Yes, that's important to know, because anyway, it's not a limitation. It's the only way it's possible to do, but not only for us, for everyone. So it's important to understand that the post view, it's something that need to be probabilistic for its own nature. There is no possibility to assign to a specific customer journey, specific user. But it's important anyway, because as we see, the multi-touch attribution is the only tools that can give you the performance of everyday campaigns. We know on the market we are talking about MMM, incremental, that are fantastic tools. But if you want to have the report of the performance day by day, the only one is the multi-touch attribution. And now with this improvement with the post impression, the view is very, very detailed and give a very interesting view on how your budget is working.
Yes, exactly. The goal of this feature is really to give a more accurate, a fairer, and a more realistic view of the campaign performances, and in the end to also better assess these historically undervalued channels, and also to optimize the investment with more insight and more accurate insight, both on the channel level, but also, I want to insist on this, on campaign and ad level. And I want also to add about this that nothing is required on our client's end to activate this feature. It's activated by default, and by default, the post view attribution is on in the report, but you can switch it off if you want.
Good. So as I said, Stella, we move your final part after the full Adloop, so we don't stop again, okay?
Another big topic for us at Adloop this year is to simplify the setup. So we know that our clients manage multiple ad accounts across, for example, different markets, brands, or business units. Until now, the data source configuration had to be done account by account, which could make setup long and tedious in some cases. For example, we've had clients with over 10 country-specific accounts, and they needed to connect sources like Bing Search, Google PerfMax, and Meta, which totaled to, for example, 40 data sources to set up. So now that's a thing of the past, as we completely redesigned the connection workflow for the 3 most used platforms by our client, Google, Meta, and Bing. So what's new with this feature? You can now connect multiple accounts in one go. For example, you can connect at the same time your account for France, for UK, for Germany, for the US, without repeating the setup step for each country. And you can also add entire sources family for Google, for example, adding in one go the search, the PMax, YouTube ads, and so on, as well as for Bing. So no more manual additions necessary. How did we do that? We now have 2 modes available to suit your needs. We have a simplified ultra-fast workflow to get started quickly, and we have an expert mode allowing customization of metrics, dimension, and filters. So the result is a significant time saving during the onboarding that free your teams to focus on the analysis rather than on the technical setup. So the setup is now 5 to 10 times faster, even with dozens of accounts. The more the accounts, the faster, the more the time gain is. The configuration is now more intuitive and designed for multi-account teams, and it's also give less room to manual error. It's more reliable. For example, we had clients sometimes that forgot to connect specific sources like the shopping accounts, which led to missing data in the account. Or after connecting several country accounts, they might miss one, or they might add the same one twice, causing incorrect reporting. So with this new feature, this no longer happens, which is great. Yes, another big...
Where?
Yeah, sorry, Andrea?
No, please.
Okay, so to say something.
Yeah.
Another big project this year was BigQuery as an attribution data source. Because some of our clients work with very large data volume. So until now, integrating with GA4 came with limitation for those type of clients. Cardinality issues, data samplings, which resulted ultimately in less reliable attribution. So to address these issues, we've built a direct integration with BigQuery. This allows Adloop attribution to rely on your raw, complete, and sampled data pulled directly from the BigQuery warehouse. The result is an attribution that's accurate, complete, and reliable compared to the one with GA4 for large volumes. The rest of the setup remains completely unchanged. The Adloop script is still needed on the website, and the custom dimension system remains unchanged and is still necessary. We've also optimized as best as possible the connector to pull the queries to keep the client-side costs as low as possible on BigQuery. Because as with any process or data processing in BigQuery, this connection between Adloop and BigQuery may have cost implications depending on the data volume and depending on the contract that you might already have with BigQuery. But overall, what you will get is a boost in data quality for clients with large volume with zero added complexity. Continuing with BigQuery, now we have BigQuery also as an export destination. So previously it was possible to export the Adloop data via email or to Looker Studio. But we had many clients or even prospects asking, but can we export directly the data into BigQuery? And now it's possible, and it's a real game changer for those. In a few clicks now, you can configure BigQuery export directly in the Adloop interface. From there, you'll have direct access to all your Adloop data in your BigQuery tables. That includes first, the detailed performance data by campaign, channel, source, and so on, as well as the full user journeys, touch points, and conversions. The benefits are concrete. It's a seamless integration into your existing data stack. There is no friction, no reprocessing. And it also gives the ability to perform advanced analysis, cross-referenced with other sources, like, for example, your BI or your CRM tools. For example, you can, with this BigQuery Export Destination, run 360 degrees customer value analysis by matching, for example, the customer IDs from Adloop with your user data to calculate metrics like the lifetime values, for example. And it's also a full access to all output to our data-driven attribution model in BigQuery. Here, I also want to attract attention on the fact that these exports can impact your cost in BigQueries since they generate additional queries. Moving on to the smart content to correct incomplete data, we often get asked, does Adloop attribution work without the user consent? The answer is still no to that question. Our tracking for the attribution requires explicit user consent. But to meet our clients' needs for precision, especially in contexts where consent rates can change, we've developed a unique feature in Adloop, which is the smart consent mode. How does it work? You simply enter your average cookie consent rate into the platform. Adloop then applies a statistical correction in the reports. And the result is a more complete, more representative data, even if part of your traffic isn't tracked by Adloop. Like the post-view attribution, it's possible to activate or not this feature in the report. Also, what's very interesting with this feature is that you can mark certain sources as consent exempt. For example, if you have GA4 or piano in exempt mode. This allows for better consistency between the analytics tool and the attribution reports. This is key for some of our clients to be able to compare the exempt analytics data with Adloop. And it's also a clearer analysis of the discrepancies for more informed decision. So with this smart content feature, you can unlock the full potential of your data, even with partial consent. You gain precision while staying compliant. And you can align attribution and analytics, enabling smoother, more coherent decision-making. The micro conversion in the transaction report is a new feature that really enhances visibility into the customer journey. From now on, for every touch point that led to a conversion, you can see the associated micro conversions. For example, an add to cart, a product view, and so on. This gives you a detailed view of the engagement generated by every touch point. It's not just the clicks or the final conversions. It's a powerful way to better understand each touch point contribution in an engagement-based attribution logic as we use in Adloop. This helps answer questions like, why does this touch point only get 1% of the attribution? Why does another one get over 50%? And what's more important, in my opinion, is that it makes it more readable, more intuitive, and in the end, easier to explain to teams, to internal stakeholders, or to leadership. We always trying to meet our clients' demands by regularly expanding our connector library. So in this first half of a year, in addition to the BigQuery connectors I mentioned, we added DV360 from the Google ecosystem to our data source library. So clients running display and video campaigns on that platform can now have data flow automatically into Adloop via API connection. And now we are currently working on Amazon Ads integration, as we know that retail media represent a growing share of clients' investments. A small focus on video sources, as it's becoming an increasingly strategic format, especially on social media. So to help you better manage your video investment, we've added dedicated video metrics that include video started, video completed, the cost per video completed, and the completion rate. Thanks to our API integrations, these metrics are pulled automatically and made available directly in your reports. So that's easy to use and easy to read. What does it bring you? Deeper analysis of video performance beyond impression and click. Ability to clearly measure video impact, especially in social campaigns. And what's more important, a smarter budget decision. You see what really engage user, if it's this video or that video, and where to optimize. So in short, it's more visibility, more actionable insights, and better media decisions. And to finish, a faster interface, something that everyone always loves. We boosted the interface performances so you can access your data faster and in a more smoother way. So to speak concretely, the table reports load now 2 times faster, as that's the same for the dashboard. The graph, we managed to improve them to 5 times faster. And we also worked on the transaction ID report for it to load instantly for small data sets and below 5 seconds for larger data sets for 30 days of data.
Yeah,
and so why is this important? It helps you save valuable time, especially when you are working in teams. You can get instant insights to allow adjustment to our campaign day to day. And overall, you have a smoother, more efficient experience. So it means more speed, more agility, more productivity, and less waiting at the end of the day.
Good. Thank you very much, Audrey. Anyway, very interesting update on the product. And now we come back to Stella. Maybe we can start with the extension. We were in the middle of the extension part. I don't know if, okay, you can share the slides. Fantastic.
Audrey, can you share? I'm sorry, I just switched computers, so.
I can continue sharing.
Yes, on the this one, slide 9, perfect. From here, yes.
So I want to apologize again. I seem to have trouble with the one computer, so I switched computers. So now we should be safe. So back to the tech assistant, as I mentioned, one of the most important features that we have released for our platform. It's a Chrome extension, and it's also available for Edge.
Why is it so important? First of all, it allows you to continue acquired quality assurance. That means if the tag is working, you can check if the tag is firing. Then you can check the variables, the internal and external variables that are set in the platform. You can view it in the tab events and how they change with the event. So this is really powerful. You can access a specific container that you would like to access on a specific page. We have the login also, which is available. That means no one can actually use the tech assistant to check your website if he doesn't have an access to the website or to the site inside of our platform. And it also allows you to test the branch, what we talked about earlier. How is this made? So you or your IT, depending on your company setup, you can activate the extension on your browser and you can just work with it. As I mentioned, better quality assurance, it saves time, it's more faster, it's more visible, especially for people who would like to work a little bit more quicker and to view everything that is happening on their website. It's very helpful and powerful. The next one, please. Perfect. So we had also some additional adjustments on the CMP Contextual Side Navigation. What does it mean? So we changed the menu. Some of you have already noticed that we had changed in the past the menu to our tag management. Now the same thing happens also with the consent management. It allows you an easier access, easier overview, and you can navigate through the different areas. Why? Better user experience and saves time when it comes to all privacy functions which you want to use, and you can see them more or less grouped together and you can switch between them. The next one, please. Cookie scanner, super nice release feature. I'm really excited about this new feature because our cookie scanner doesn't work. First of all, it's getting improved for the ones who already know it. And second of all, our cookie scanner is not like the normal crawlers on the websites where you just crawl to the website, but it's also acts as a user agent where you can actually see all the cookies, also the hidden ones or the technical ones. What the improvements are in this case, also faster loading, full URL of the last detection of the cookie, better calculation of the detected percentage, and improved cookie grouping. But as I said, this is not also a UX change or user experience change, but it's also functional change. And if we move to the next slide, we'll also be able to see it. What are the improvements that are coming from these functional changes? So I already said it, it's anything but a normal crawler. It allows you to really observe real time and react real time to changes inside of your cookies. You can they are continuously monitored. No need to wait for the next crawler. The crawlers usually have to be timed when they need to run, or you have to run them manually. That's no more the case. It's comprehensive. We have a rare, selective, or temporary cookies are being recognized and also listed. The activation is very simple. You don't need the scenarios. You don't need the logins. It goes also behind the user login and also scans this area. With the normal crawler, sometimes this is limited or it needs additional setup. As I mentioned, it's not a robot. It's with real users in real life conditions. That's why it's so efficient. And it's immediate. As I already said, it detects the changes real time. It delivers them real time, and you can also react very quickly, especially if we often have our confrontations with the DPO or there are complaints. In this case, you can react even before the complaints come. On the next slide, we can see how we can benefit from this. So on the first part is what's new. So we said already real-time cookie detection, the list of the cookies. What comes next is real-time alerting, even cookies detected. You can just click 4 times so you can see all the lists. It's okay. Where this happens, detection of the URL where the cookie was viewed. That's full list, as we already said in the screenshot. Detects third-party cookies by partner identification. The next steps, which are in work currently, are AI-assisted classification of the cookies and detection of the URL that actually created the cookie. So we don't only have the URL where the cookie was found, but we can also detect the URL which created the cookie. How is this being done? By pre-filling of the publisher partner name, the cookie descriptions. Then we have the display of the lifetime of each cookie, if it's a session, storage, whatever. The possibility of manual editing of each of the cookies. And then we have also the detection of the type of the cookie. First-party cookie, third-party cookie, hidden cookie, session, local, or whatever. What's the impact? We have labels indicating whether a cookie has been deposited before the consent or after it, which is very important. From experience, especially in Germany, it's currently very we see it with our customers that actually the authorities look when the cookie has been dropped before or after consent. So that's also very important. We have labels indicating where a cookie has disappeared, if it's missing or has no longer been seen, this cookie. We have the possibility of displaying or excluding cookies. And then we have, as we also said, one-click table where you can implement it on your website and it can be updated. So this was with the cookies.
Okay, let's move to the app mobile.
Yes, also we have made some major framework compatibility, difficult word, updates. So why is so important? Usually we, in the sense of tracking, we very often talk about websites, but we sometimes forget also the apps. So the apps are also a very important part, and you can actually take advantage with the new frameworks or additional frameworks. You can take advantage of the benefits of the server side, not only on the website, but also for your apps. This can harmonize the data. It helps you control the data better. And also you can clean the data if it's needed, depending on the setup. So it brings only advantages with it. How is this being done? So basically it's pretty easy on your side. You add a mobile source to the server side. Then your developers needs to configure the SDK. And in the next step, you can select the destinations where you want to send the data to. Why is this so important? Of course, it saves time for sure, but it's also a consistent tracking across all devices where you can also track better the user customer journey. The next improvement, it's rather helpful in our daily lives. It's the automatic generation of comments. You all know when you generate a version, back in the days, you had to add some comment manually. And often, sometimes, I know people don't have time or don't have ideas what they want to write. So with this automated generation of the comments, we actually tackled this problem. So the comments are added via AI, and you can also choose the degree of the comment, if it's small, like granular, or medium, or very detailed, where you can write down everything that has happened or it's been written down. You can also add or fix some of the comments, readjust them, and then, of course, add them to the version. Why? You don't forget the details of your comments, and if you get, for example, sick or something happens, your colleague can actually see what was being changed and deployed. Another big release and important feature is the custom data store and the storage settings. What is that? So that's our new way of a little bit more improving the tracking. In this case, you can store the properties from a previous event that happened and use this data to enrich an upcoming event or following event. So in our example, we have here some test files where you can use some data and enrich, for example, the page view event. What else does it do? It manages the object properties better. For example, the product level, which are often very complicated or sometimes need to be tracked across multiple sessions. You can customize your storage duration. That means for how long you can store these properties, and you can store them for up to 730 days. How is this being done? You just, as shown in the screenshot, you can go to enrichment, create and custom data storage. You create your storage, select all the properties you want to be stored, and define filters and storage duration if you would like to. And, basically, that's it. Why is this so important? Of course, you can track multiple stuff across multiple pages, improves the tracking quality, and can be also used as an Adloop data source. The next feature is the event specification. Some of you have probably already saw it or used it. What does it do? It checks if your events have all the properties in the form or in the format that you need them. You can define this by yourself if you would like to, or just use a custom setting that you would like, or a custom event. It's also applicable to that. What does it do? How do you do it? You can configure the properties that you would like. You can configure also how the properties would look like. For example, if it's a string, if it's a number, this can also be defined, or an object, an array, whatever. You can tell what you want to do with the event in case some property is missing or defined or it's in the wrong format. And then in the next step, our platform will apply your management rules and, of course, warn you in a case of any anomalies, like something is missing or the event is not correct. Why is it so important? You don't have to wait until you have, to report the missing data or something is not wrong, and you can be built by your third-party solutions for low-quality data because you didn't catch it up front. So this helps you a lot. And for the server side, we put the focus on 3 destinations. We have released a new destination for Facebook copy or KPI. For this is the advanced version. What the advanced version brings with itself compared to the old version is improved quality scoring. It can add also offline tracking for it. So especially in the e-commerce, if you have some offline data, you can also add it and send it to Meta. And what also a big advantage of it is that you can adjust the automated mapping of the properties if needed. BigQuery, also big release, like for Adloop. It sends events in real time to BigQuery where you can work with them, and it helps improve your work more if you work with BigQuery. Affinity, the first or third-party tracking is fully managed with this destination, and it also allows you to add custom variables that you would probably need them in your Affinity destination. with that, we are done on the
yes,
platform
finish
side.
actually. Yes. So thank you very much, Stella. Yes, what we have presented is the news that have been developed during the first part of the year. Of course, if there are questions or if you are interested to know something more, just contact us. You should have already all the contacts for our people. Thank you very much for your participation. I think I don't see any questions so far, but of course, as I said, we are available for personal discussion with all of you. Thank you very much, and let's stay tuned because we are working on several other things that we'll be happy to present in the next session after the summer. So thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Stella. Sorry if we had some problems, but at the end we can make it. So that's good. And get in touch for the next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.